Hello everybody, my name is Wilder, and Animal Crossing New Horizons has been in our hands for quite a while now, and I've been absolutely loving it. I've had a good chance to dive into this wonderful game, and I thought I'd let you know what I've thought about the game so far. So, let's get right into it. Animal Crossing New Horizons released for the Nintendo Switch on March 20th, 2020. And since then, a lot of people have been having a blast. If you go on Twitter, this game is thriving like crazy. And it's no secret as to why either. Animal Crossing is one of those series that you can play for hours, doing both nothing and everything at the same time, and love every minute of it. It's also one of those series that gets better and better every single game with no fail, and that's because of all the new mechanics added while staying true to the main idea and theme that is Animal Crossing. And New Horizons is no exception for this, even though it does shake things up quite a lot. Now in this game, your town that you start with is actually a deserted island, and all the mechanics in the game revolve around the theme of deserted island life. The biggest example that I can think of, the biggest addition to New Horizons is crafting. Crafting and DIY recipes. So you can find materials on your island, such as wood you cut from trees, rocks you find laying around, iron ingots you get from destroying bigger rocks. You can use all these materials to craft your tools, your furniture, your event items, some clothing, a whole bunch of stuff. This is the main mechanic you will be using in New Horizons. But you need to have a DIY recipe to be able to craft something. You get these DIY recipes from a lot of places. You can get them from your villagers, you can get them from balloons flying by, you can buy some of them, you can find them washed up in bottles with notes on the beach. Once you've actually found and learned the recipe, you have to go find the materials to craft it, and then you can make it. This crafting system is really cool, in my opinion. It adds a lot more to this game, especially when it comes to furniture. Not only do you have to wait every day to buy your furniture, you can also craft it if you have the DIY recipe, and if you get enough materials. I'm a huge fan of this whole system, the DIYs and the crafting. I think it's really nice. It's a nice addition to this game, to the series in general. Collecting what seems to be an endless amount of DIY recipes that teach you to craft different types of furniture is a lot of fun. I really enjoy it. I'm actually surprised that something like this wasn't added in the series earlier because it just fits so well. It feels like it belongs here. Speaking of mechanics that fit really well, I'm also a huge fan of the Nook Miles system. Nook Miles is a point system. You get points, or Nook Miles, for doing different daily tasks, such as catching fish or bugs, talking to villagers, watering your flowers, all kinds of things that you most likely would have done on your own anyway. Except now, you can get rewarded for it all. Nook Miles can be redeemed for a whole bunch of stuff: furniture, clothes, new hairstyles, or even some new mechanics, which I'll touch on a little bit later. And this system is just great. Just like crafting, I don't know how a system or mechanic like this wasn't introduced into the series earlier. It fits so well with the structure of Animal Crossing, Nook Miles especially. It definitely belongs here. Plus, I love getting rewarded for doing all my dailies anyway. Plus, the Nook Miles system is yet another reason to come back every day to a game that's already designed to keep you coming back every day. That's a huge plus. Now let's talk about your island itself a little bit. You start with a small part of a huge island. The rest of it is blocked off by water. In your small little starting area on your big island, all you have is you and your tent, the two villagers who arrived with you and their tents, and the main tent for island services where Tom Nook, Timmy, and Tommy stay. Other than this, it is completely deserted, trees and rocks everywhere, and you can't access the rest of it without the proper equipment. The way you unlock the rest of your island, or more shops, more villagers, is you simply just have to play. The more days you play and the more things you do, the more stuff you unlock. You do have to play for quite a few days to get your island up to the standard of an original Animal Crossing game, so it isn't the fastest thing in the world, especially for veterans of the series. This is going to feel kind of slow for you, since you do have to play multiple days just to be able to access things that you're used to having on day one in other games. So I understand why some people would have a problem with the pacing in the beginning, but a part of me really enjoyed the beginning of this game. It really does feel like you flew to this deserted island and you're building it from the ground up. You start with literally nothing there, and through planning and a lot of time, you create your island. I enjoyed the feeling of seeing the island be built up, one piece at a time. Like how Tom Nook calls up Blathers after you find exotic fish or bugs on the island. The Able Sisters traveling to your town from time to time until deciding that they want to open up a shop there. Or even later in the game when your town rating needs to be at least 3 stars to get KK Slider to recognize and come to your island. I appreciate the progression and how they went about it in this game. Like I said before, it really does feel like you're building up this deserted island from the ground up, which is what it's supposed to be. But I still understand it when people say it feels slow and sluggish. Now, while we're still on the topic of the island itself, let's talk about furniture, because this is one of my favorite things in this game. You can now place furniture outside. You can just plop furniture down outside. It's such a breath of fresh air, this mechanic. It's ridiculous. It's so much fun to find the perfect furniture to make a cute little park or a picnic area outside, or even placing furniture on the beach to make like a bonfire area. There's so much freedom, so much more freedom than we've ever gotten in the Animal Crossing series with just this mechanic. It's actually ridiculous. Like, it's crazy how this one little thing can change the game so much. I know that we've wanted it for a long time, and now that it's finally here, it's perfect. It's literally just putting furniture outside, and that's all we wanted. And the fact that we can just drop our furniture outside now changes the game so much. I owned a few pieces of furniture in past Animal Crossing games that belonged outside, like a barbecue, but you couldn't place furniture outside. So my only option was to make one of my rooms into a backyard theme, but I really did not like the backyard theme inside my house. So that furniture was kind of useless to me. I kind of just sold it and forgot about it. But in New Horizons, now that you can place any furniture you want outside, that is one of my favorite types of furniture to come across. Anything I can put outside, whether it's in my own yard or it's someone else's yard, like I said, on the beach, or just random places around town that look good. This mechanic was a long time coming, and it's honestly about time that they actually let us put furniture outside. It's another mechanic that, with crafting and Nook Miles, fits perfectly into this game and the series just in general. It's so much fun, a whole new way to play and just design, and it really adds a lot to your island. Let's talk about quality of life for a minute, because for some reason, with all the good Animal Crossing New Horizons does, there are tiny, tiny things that it just throws to the side and does not care about. They're little things like crafting multiple items. You cannot craft multiple items at a time, even if it's the same item. You have to craft one at a time. There is no option to pick how many you want to craft. A lot of people talk about your tools breaking. Because you craft tools, they do have durability and they will break. So you have to keep crafting new ones, which means you have to keep materials on you or in your storage so that you can keep crafting them. I don't have a problem personally with the tools breaking. I understand that it goes in theme with the crafting system. But my big problem is that there's no durability indicator. There's no indicator of when the tool's gonna break, how close it is to breaking, how much time you've got left, how many uses you have left, none of that. You just have to guess or keep track. It's really infuriating because of customization. You get these customization tickets, and with them you can customize furniture or tools. You can change their color. Some furniture you can change their patterns. It's really fun, it's really cute. When you change the color of a tool with these customization tickets, it resets that tool's durability, which is really, really cool. The problem is, I don't know when to reset its durability. I don't have every tool break every day, and I don't keep track of when these tools break over the course of a few days. So I don't actually know when to reset durability. I could make a new shovel and have it break in the same day, but make a new axe and have it break a week later. And I don't want to constantly keep using these tickets to customize my tools when I don't need to. A durability indicator for all your tools would fix this 100%. It would be so much easier. It's just not a thing. On the same topic, you can craft flimsy versions of tools. These tools break pretty quickly. You can craft the regular versions of all tools, they last a little bit longer, and then you can craft gold versions of all the tools. These DIY recipes are not easy to come by, and they require gold ore, which is also not easy to come by. But that's fine, because you're making gold tools. They shouldn't break, right? Right? Nope, they break. They break. Their durability may be way higher than regular tools, but the gold tools still break. Personally, not something I would have done if I was making the game, since they're kind of hard to make and find, but the gold tools do break. This is a problem because we don't have a durability indicator, but the fact that even the gold tools break without any indication, it blows my mind. Another really big thing about crafting, this one might be just a me problem, let me know, is that you have to have the crafting materials in your inventory, in your pockets, to be able to craft. That's fine. You go to a crafting table outside your house or in the town hall and you have to have the materials on you. That's fine. But when you have a crafting table inside your home and you have the materials in your storage, the game will not use those materials. If you have all the materials in your storage, but you don't have them in your inventory and you're crafting in your house, the game says you do not have those materials. You have to then go into your storage, take them out, craft whatever you want to craft, and then put back the extras, because you know you're not going to use all of them. And if you are going to use all of them, then cool. But this is a problem. because I want to craft a lot of things, and the fact that I have to keep going from my storage to the crafting table, maybe I want to craft something else, back to the storage, crafting table, on top of the already intense amount of dialogue options and boxes that show up for crafting, and everything in this game in general, it can be a real chore. I don't understand why they can't take the materials out of my storage as long as I'm crafting inside my house. This may seem like I'm nitpicking, that's because I am. That's just because I am. These problems I have with the game are very, very small, but they do matter. Let me know what you think about these problems in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you. But let's get away from the problems, because honestly, the problems I have with this game are very, very small, and they don't even add up together to create a real problem, and they don't take any fun away from the game for me once I'm actually sitting down and playing it for a while. Let's instead talk about how this game handles events. So Bunny Day just happened recently. I'm sure you all had fun with Bunny Day. I've seen everybody having fun on Twitter with those eggs. But these events are patched into the game. This means that Nintendo releases an update for Animal Crossing, you download it, and the event is now in your game. If you do not have this downloaded, or Nintendo has not released a patch, or the event is over, and they revert the changes, those events will not be in your game. So if you, right now, time traveled to Christmas, Jingle would not be there, Toy Day would not happen, because that has not been patched into the game yet. These live patches for events are interesting. There's a few opinions about them. In my opinion, I love this system. I absolutely love it because of the furniture that come with events. These events have event-specific furniture that you can craft using special items that you can only get from this event. Like Bunny Day, for example, which just happened recently. There are special Bunny Day DIY recipes that you can find during this event. These allow you to craft special Bunny Day themed furniture. They all require eggs to be used as the material for crafting. So you gotta run around and find different types of eggs. It's like an Easter egg hunt. Once this event is over, you cannot collect any more eggs or DIY recipes, which means if you did not get all of the Bunny Day furniture during this event, you have to wait until next year, or you have to get a friend to help you. I actually really, really love systems like this time limit system that allows you to collect these event-specific items and show them off. It's like more of an achievement than it ever has been in Animal Crossing, and I love this system a lot. I'm a huge fan of 100%ing little events like this. Plus, because the events are being patched in every year, this is also good for the long-term support of this game, because they can change the events every year. They can add new things, and they will, which means they will stay on top of the events and this game for at least a couple of years. I know systems like this come with their own problems, like people not being able to play every day, people getting the game late, and when, the next Animal Crossing game goes into development, maybe this game will lose support. Maybe they'll just take away all the events and never give them back. There's a lot of problems that happen with a system like this, but for now and for the time being, I'm very happy with this system. Let me know what you think about events like this in the comments as well. I want to know your opinion on this. Now, I know there's a lot of stuff in this game that I haven't touched on yet, like multiplayer. I haven't gone too in-depth with the Nook Miles system. I haven't really talked about the new special characters like Flick or Daisy May, but I feel like I've hit just about everything that I've wanted to hit that falls under the theme of giving you freedom and allowing you to create your dream island. Animal Crossing New Horizons comes with the theme of freedom, which I've been talking about a lot. They let you do just about everything you need to make sure your island is perfect. Which gets into the last thing I want to talk about, terraforming. Animal Crossing New Horizons has terraforming. This lets you change the structure of your base island. It allows you to make cliffs, get rid of cliffs, make rivers, get rid of them. You can change your island itself. It gives you the freedom to do just about whatever you want to your island, on top of already being able to place furniture. You can spend Nook Miles to get different patterns for paths. This also lets you create pathways. Or if you don't want to spend the Nook Miles on a bunch of different patterns, you can also use custom patterns. You can redo your entire island, make your dream town. And if you're worried about shops or villager houses being in the way, move them. You can pay Tom Nook to move any structure if they're in the way. It is kind of expensive, it does cost a lot of bells, you know how Nook loves those bells, but it's even more freedom. They keep piling that on there. The theme of this game is giving you the tools to make your perfect town. It really, really is, and I appreciate this so much. Now, terraforming might seem a little tedious, especially if you're getting really into it and you're changing absolutely everything. But in my opinion, it's supposed to be tedious. You're given a lot of power. Terraforming is a lot of power. So if you're going to do it a lot, it's going to be tedious, but that's the price you pay for having this much power. Like I said before, the big theme of this game is giving you the freedom to make your perfect town, equipping you with the tools needed to get your dream home. And I love it. Animal Crossing New Horizons has gone above and beyond and upgraded a crazy amount from New Leaf. New Leaf was an amazing game. I honestly thought it was the perfect Animal Crossing game. I no longer think that. New Horizons is the perfect Animal Crossing game in my opinion. This is the best Animal Crossing game we've gotten. And it continues the theme in the series of Animal Crossing games always being better the further down the line you get. This series is amazing for that. Every game introduces new mechanics that stick to the core theme of this game while still upgrading it like crazy. Animal Crossing New Horizons, in my opinion, is honestly perfect. It may have a few small problems, but those really don't take away from everything they give you. One thing I want to mention though, why did they take away swimming? Why? Why though? Why can't we swim? We're on an island. We're on a deserted island. It would be perfect to swim. I know I didn't touch on everything, but honestly I touched on the things that I wanted to. These are the big things, and they're the big things that matter in my opinion, the most to this game. And there's a lot of mechanics here that'll just change the series forever. And I'm so glad because all of these mechanics fit perfectly. Let me know what you think about Animal Crossing New Horizons down in the comments. But that's going to be all from me today. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video. All links are down in the description along with the names of my wonderful, amazing patrons. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in the next one.